Good morning and welcome to another edition on AM Cafe this beautiful Thursday morning. My name is Mariam Owoduni and I am your host for this edition. You can join us on all our social media at OSBC TV and Osun State Broadcasting Corporation. Yeah, on today's edition, the federal government through the Ministry of Environment has issued a warning of heavy rainfall and potential flooding in 22 states and the Federal Capital Territory FCT over the next 5 days, starting from Monday, October 14 and ending on October 18, 2024. And we have Engineer Morola Moyebode from the Ministry of Environment and Sanitation with us this morning in the studio. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome, sir. Sir, like I said, that there is a warning by the federal government about heavy rainfall in 22 states in Nigeria. What are the 22 states affected by the prediction heavy rainfall, sir?
Thank you for that question. In fact, the first state mentioned is our dear state, Osun State.
Oh.
And other states are like Delta, Ebonyi, Bayelsa, Borno, and other states also.
Interesting. What are the exact dates of the predicted heavy rainfall?
Well, they predicted that the rain will start by October 14 and it's going to end by October 18. But it may exceed and it may be before. So the best thing for our people is to get ready for that heavy rain.
We should be ready. What is the source of this prediction?
The first one is the federal government. Then another body, which is an organ of federal government, which we call NIMET, Nigeria Meteorological Agency. They also predicted that the rain will come.
So we should be prepared. What are the measures being taken by the federal and the state government to prepare for this predicted heavy rainfall?
Thank God for the federal government. The federal government has done its copy by releasing a political fund into various states. And kudos to our dear governor, which is Senator Adeleke Jackson, that has been taking proactive steps in curtailing flooding in the state. So since March, our ministry has started doing the dredging, and we are still on toes till now, and it's going to end maybe by January.
Yeah, kudos to him because you can see it all around us,
yes.
Especially those at the old garage end. The old garage, during rainy season they have issues with flood in that area. There has been none for this year, and that is very, very commendable. Thank you to the state government and to the governor too. Are there any evacuation plans in place for residents in flood-prone areas?
Quite so. And that responsibility is so that on NEMA.
Oh, okay.
So they always evacuate people. We have the IDP where they can put them in case of emergency.
Do we have in Osun State?
Yes, we have.
Oh, and they are ready.
They are ready.
It is interesting. Yeah, you mentioned that one, that there are emergency services response to potential flooding in the state, and you guys are ready to you guys are ready.
Of course.
Which area are most at risk of flooding, especially in Osun State?
The flood-prone areas. Those people residing very close to the streams and rivers. So we refer to those areas as flood-prone areas.
Okay. What are the potential consequences of heavy rainfall, like landslide and flash flooding?
Well, the potential is, without rain, there won't be flooding. And once the flood occurs, then it submerges land, then it clears away maybe the food crops, it submerges property like house and cars. In fact, it can claim land as well. So those are the effects.
Those are the effects. How will the heavy rainfall affect agricultural activities, transportation, and daily lives?
Heavy rain can perish the farm crops because by the time the flood comes, it submerges the food crops, and that one will lead to scarcity of food. And then it can hamper free flow of traffic as well, whereby the hydraulic structure like culverts, like bridge, can be collapsed, and it's going to affect the free flow of transportation.
What are the factors contributing to the predicted heavy rainfall? Is it climate change? Is it weather patterns?
Well,
because it's new.
Yeah, it is climate change.
Oh, okay.
You know, in the olden days, we used to have equal distribution of rain across the months. If you look at this year, we were expecting rain by the month of June, July, but no single one came. So, that happened sequel to the climatic change of nature. And this climatic change, most of it, it is caused by human activities.
It is caused by
human activities like burning.
Okay.
Are you getting it? So whereby people will gather refuse and begin to burn it. So the smoke is affecting the ozone layer.
So it's caused environmental hazard.
Hazard as well.
So people should stop burning.
They should stop open burning.
It's wrong.
Yeah, it's very wrong. And that's why government put in place PSP. So they can engage those PSP whereby they can help them to pack those waste to the appropriate quarter, which is the dumping ground that government has separated for such.
How accurate is this weather forecast? Because we've been seeing rain from October 14, but it's mild. Are we saying it's false alarm? Can we say it's false alarm?
Well, we can't say it's false alarm. You know, God on his own supremacy. At times, if we human being proposes, at times God can dispose. So we may say the rain will come now, and God will say in his own sovereignty, the rain will not come now. So everything depends on God. But most of the time, these predictions are true.
Most of the time, these predictions are true. So we should be ready. We should not say, okay, this is just
it's not a mere prediction.
So for now that the forecast is on, are there any updates on the forecast? Like, is there changes or is still the same thing?
There's no change for now.
There's no change for now.
Still the same.
It's still the same thing. What can residents do to prepare for and prevent flooding?
Thank you. The residents, number one thing they have to do is they should not dump refuse on the waterways.
The drainage.
Yes, because by doing so, when the rain falls, it will carry those refuse, and it's going to use it to block the mouth of the covert. And when the mouth of the covert is blocked, then there will be backflow when the rain falls. And when there is backflow, then flood will take place. So the first thing is they should avoid from dumping refuse on the waterways. Then the second one is they should not build or doing any activity on what we call stream setback or river setback. That is the distance that we should leave between the center of the stream for any activity to take place. So because like a stream now, from the center of the stream, you should leave 15 meters at the both sides. So either temporary structure or permanent structure should not be erected on the setback. But nowadays, when you go to most of the stream prone area, you see that people are building on the setback, which is very wrong. A lot of people are building on the waterways, and water will find its own level when the rain falls. So they should avoid building on that. Then another thing is, as the federal government has predicted now, and the government also has predicted that we are going to have rain between 14 and 18 of October. And he said it's going to take place at the evening time. So our people should stay input, assuming they are outside and the rain falls, they should stay there. They should not say, I can cross this water. Because you don't know the current of that water, you don't know the volume of the water. So at times you may say, I will cross, and before you know, the water can sweep you.
There's a surge.
So
We need to be very, very
You need to be very careful.
Are there any long-term plans to mitigate flood risk in Nigeria?
Yes, there are lots. I can say that of Osun very well.
Okay.
You know, earlier I told you that we started dredging precisely on March 23rd. Until now, we are still working.
And we can see the impact.
Yes, we can see the impact. And that is why we have not experienced
Flooding this year.
serious flood in Osun State.
That's commendable, and thank you for that, sir. How can the infrastructure like drainage system be improved to reduce flood risk?
Yes, you said one thing the other time, that around old garage area, that flood always occurred.
Yes.
But this year, nothing of such. It's because of the construction of the line drains and then the replacement of the culvert that is there. And that has forestalled the flood in that area. So it is the hydraulic system, that is construction of the line drains, construction of the culvert, prevents flooding because it will allow free flow of water.
Oh, that is good. And you know why I'm really interested in this is I know what people lost every year in that area.
Yes.
And I am really happy for them this year because none of that has happened.
Yes.
Because it's not easy getting your goods, your earned money
Yes.
going away.
Right, you know road construction is going on
Yes,
there.
yes.
And so they've changed the culvert and the line, if there is proper line drainage network. That is right.
That is good. How will the heavy rainfall affect crop yields and food scarcity?
Well, it affected by wasn't it away. Because look at what happened in 2022 in Benue. In fact, that was the most devastated flooding that we have ever recorded in Nigeria, where over 600 people, over 600 lives were claimed. More than 1.4 million people were displaced. Over 300 hectares of land were submerged. So you can see that during that year, there was food scarcity around that area. So every rain can cause food scarcity by washing away the food crops.
Are there any measures in place to support farmers affected by flooding?
Thank God for the governor that we have, Senator Adeleke Jackson. He has bought a lot of tractors. Peradventure, there is any need, so you can go to Ministry of Agric and acquire tractor. So for those that have been affected by flood, that their farm crops have been washed away, you can approach the Ministry of Agric and then they help them. Then they are still giving them some aids, like giving them fertilizers, giving them chemicals like herbicides and some other things like that. So there is a provision for that. Yes.
What contingency plans are in place for potential food shortage?
Well, like that one lies on the Ministry of Agric, which I know they are doing a lot as respect to that. They are, in fact, yesterday they celebrated the flag of something yesterday, which I know in relating to farmer support. So they are supporting farmer adequately when it comes to that.
Sir, you said there are plans in place for the flood and everything. I want you to tell the citizens of Osun State, you know, there are some that don't listen. They still put refuse. They dump refuse in the
yes.
What are the consequences of this? And is there any law? And those that will be caught, what are they going to be? What is their punishment? Because they need to know.
Thank you for that. Now, those ones that dump refuse on the waterways, I can tag them as murderers. Because if you dump refuse here now, it's not going to affect you, but it may affect somebody somewhere. Because that refuse that you dump here the water will carry it away from here and use it to block cover somewhere, which can cause flood. And when flood is caused, it can claim life. It can submerge property like house and some other things. So the most important thing is they should desist from such habit. And if they are being caught, there is penalty for that, which one of our departments is in best position to handle. So they will handle it. So anyone being caught will be decisively dealt with.
Anyone that is being caught will be dealt with. So we should stay away from that. Yes, we should stop dumping refuse
on our waterways.
Yes. And draining. It is very, very important. And to those that burn refuse too,
it's very
stop.
bad.
It's very wrong.
Yes, because of the pollution.
Yes, because of the pollution. Yeah, you might be watching us this morning and you know now. Please tell those that are not aware that this is very wrong. That you should not drop your refuse at the drainage, and you should stop burning your refuse too. That is why we have PSPs in place.
Yes.
They are the one that monitor this, and they are the one that take care of refuse. We should listen to what the government is saying, because it takes everybody, it takes two to tango. It's between we the citizens and the government of Osun State. So we need to help them to what health risks are associated with flooding, like waterborne disease?
Yes, like waterborne disease, river blindness, then malaria as well.
Oh, malaria.
It can lead to typhoid as well, because once there is flood, the water will be polluted. So there are a lot of communicable diseases that can be inflicted into the people.
How can residents protect themselves from waterborne diseases?
Number one is they should make sure that their environment is clean. Then they should make sure that the water they are consuming is well treated, free from germs, free from heavy chemicals and some other things like that. So like that.
Are there emergency health services in place to take care of this in case there are waterborne diseases?
Yes, there is. Kudos to our governor as well. You know, this health insurance schemes helps a lot. Because if you have any sickness, you just run to the hospital. So they will take little or no money from you and you'll be well treated. Drugs will be given to you. So that's one.
Okay. What are the potential economic impacts of the predicted heavy rainfall?
Well, the economic importance, the first one is the negative aspect. And the negative aspect is it can cause shortage of food. It can cause destruction of property, like landed property, like house, cars, and so on. And the positive aspect of it is it creates more job for people, like contractors or service providers that helps in building line drains, in building culverts, in building roads, and so on and so forth. So those are the economic importance. That's both good and bad economic importance.
How will flooding affect businesses and industries? Are they consigned or they are not part of those that will be affected?
Flood affects everybody. Flood affects everybody. Assuming an industry is sited very close to the stream, and when there is flooding, then the whole industry will be flooded. So they will be disallowed to produce. And even if they produce anything, accessibility of buying the goods they produce will be very difficult. So it can cause scarcity of that goods and some other things.
Are there any estimates of potential damages or losses?
Yes, a lot. Recently, the government sent us out that we should be going from one cities to the other, from one town to the other, to visit people that are being affected by flooding. And we move from one place to the other. The field form, so properties being damaged, recorded, the house being affected were recorded and so on and so forth, and the work is in progress on it.
It's a work in progress on it. Ní èdè àbínibí sá, torí ọ̀rọ̀ tí a sọ ní òwúrọ̀ gbogbo wa pátá ni ó yẹ kí a gbọ́ kí a dẹ̀ mọ̀. A ní ẹnjìníà Mọ́rọ́lá láti Oyèbọ̀dé láti àjọ tí ó mójútó àyíká àti ìmọ́tótó ní ọ̀dọ̀ wa ní òwúrọ̀ wọ́n ti bá wa sọ nǹkan púpọ̀ ní èdè Gẹ̀ẹ́sì àti wá fẹ́ kí wọ́n bá wa sọ fún ẹ̀yin aráalé ní èdè àbínibí pé kí ni omi yalé yìí, kí ni àwọn nǹkan tí ó ń ṣe, torí kò sí ẹni tó gbàdúrà kí omi yalé torí kò kí ń ṣe nǹkan tó dára rárá.
Ẹ ṣe olóòtú. Omi yalé ọṣẹ́ púpọ̀ ló máa ń ṣe. Omi yalé ó máa ń gba ẹ̀mí. Omi yalé máa ń ba àwọn ohun tá a ti ṣiṣẹ́ fún, tá a ti fowó kó jọ, ó máa ń bàjẹ́. So ó sì máa ń ba ọrọ̀ ajé jẹ́.
Bí mo ṣe sọ ní èdè Gẹ̀ẹ́sì ní ẹ̀kan pé inú mi dùn púpọ̀ sí gómìnà wa ní ọdún yìí, torí tí a bá wo old garage ọdọọdún ó ti wá fẹ́ dàbẹ̀ pé nǹkan ìmí wà ń bẹ̀. Omi máa yalé ṣáá ni. Ó tẹ̀ nìkan tó dùn mí jù nígbà kan tó ń pé àwọn nǹkan tó ń ta ìrẹsì omi wo gbogbo ẹ̀ gbogbo pé ajé ló sọ̀kalẹ̀ síbi tí ó dẹ̀ ti bàjẹ́ báyìí. Wọn láti ọdún yìí mo ti ń wò pé kí ló fẹ́ ṣẹlẹ̀ gangan. Ó dẹ̀ kù oṣù méjì kí ọdún fi parí, ààrẹ tí gbọ́ nǹkan, àdẹ̀gbà ní àdúrà pé kí a má gbọ́ ìkankan ní ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun àti ní Òṣogbo. Ẹ bá wa kí àwọn ará àti gómìnà wa.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni omi yalé kò ṣẹlẹ̀ lọ́dún yìí. Agbóṣùbà fún ọlọ́lá jùlọ wa gómìnà olóríire Sẹ́nitọ̀ Adeleke Lórídìín Jackson Adémọ́lá fún takuntakun tí wọ́n ń ṣe. Tẹ́ bá wo bí tẹ́ ẹ sọ yẹn, ẹ rí i pé iṣẹ́ ọ̀nà ń lọ lọ́wọ́ ńbẹ̀. Ojútó omi tó máa ń gbé omi àgbàrá wọnú odò tá à ń pè ní line drain, ẹ rí i pé ìgbà tí wọ́n òun ni wọ́n kọ́kọ́ sí. So wọ́n dẹ̀ ṣe lọ́nà tó dẹ́ pé ó wà dáadáa, tó dúró dáa. Bákan náà nínú kan wà tá à ń pè ní relief covert, ìyẹn ni pé ibi tí omi lè gbà kọjá, wọ́n sí òmíràn tó lè ran eléyìí tó ti wà ń bẹ̀ lọ́wọ́, tó fi jẹ́ pé omi yẹn ó máa lọ gerege. So ìdí nìyẹn tí ẹ fi lè rí omi yalé, torí pé ojútó tómi ó gbà ó ti wà.
Ẹ tún bá wa sọ fún àwọn aráalé àwọn nǹkan tó ń fa omi yalé, torí àwọn kan wọ́n mọ̀, àwọn kan ò mọ̀. So ẹ bá wa sọ fún àwọn tí wọn ò tí mọ̀, kó tún lè mọ̀ pé àwọn nǹkan báyìí ló ń fa omi yalé ò kí wọ́n dẹ́kun.
Ara àwọn nǹkan tó ń fa omi yalé ọ̀pọ̀ àwa náà là ń fọwọ́ ara wa fà. Àwọn kan wà tí ó jẹ́ pé tẹ́ bá rí ọkọ̀ tí wọ́n ń gùn, ọkọ̀ bọ̀bọ̀rọ̀ báyìí ni wọ́n ń gùn. Ẹ kàn rí i pé wọ́n á kàn déédéé dúró lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ odò. Kí ni wọ́n fẹ́ ṣe? Kẹ́ ẹ tó rí kẹ́ ẹ tó fọ̀, wọ́n á ti gbé nǹkan jáde, wọ́n á sọ sínú odò. Dídà ìdọ̀tí sínú odò ó máa ń fa omi yalé. So tá a sì gbọ́dọ̀ dẹ́kun láti máa da ìdọ̀tí sínú odò. Nǹkan mìíràn tó tún máa ń fa ni pé bóyá ibì kan wà tí à ń pè ní ààyè tá a gbọ́dọ̀ fi sílẹ̀ fún omi, tó jẹ́ pé ìjọba ló ní, ìjọba bá fẹ́ ṣiṣẹ́ lójú odò yẹn, à ń pè ní setback. Odò kékeré ní tiẹ̀, odò ńlá ní tiẹ̀. Àárín yẹn a gbọ́dọ̀ kọ́ nǹkan kan síbẹ̀, a gbọ́dọ̀ kọ́lé síbẹ̀. Ṣùgbọ́n a rí pé ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn èèyàn wa lónìí ibẹ̀ gan-an wọn á láwọn lọ kọ́lé sí. So gbogbo àwọn nǹkan tó ń fa omi yalé rẹ̀.
Gbogbo àwọn nǹkan tí wọ́n fa omi yalé lè kí ni àwọn ètò ìlera, àwọn nǹkan tó yẹ pé ó máa ń fa àìnílera ní ara wa tí omi yalé náà máa tún fà.
Omi yalé ó lè mú kéèyàn fọ́jú o, ó lè fa àrùn ìfọ́jú.
Bí bò?
Àwọn kankan wà tí torí pé tí omi yalé bá ti ṣẹlẹ̀, omi yẹn oríṣiríṣi nǹkan á ti wọnú ẹ̀. Àwọn nǹkan tó lè kó bá ara á ti wọbẹ̀, àwọn tó lè kó bá ojú á ti wà ńbẹ̀. Irú ẹ̀ ni ó lè fa ohun tá à ń pè ní àrùn typhoid ibà pọ́njúpọ́tọ̀ àbí nǹkan so ó máa ń fà á then ó lè fa àrùn ibà torí pé níbi tí omi bá ti yalé tómi dá dúró àwọn ẹ̀fọn wọn á máa wọn á máa pamọ́ ńbẹ̀ so oríṣiríṣi àwọn nǹkan tí omi yalé àìsàn tó lè fà yìí.
Ẹ bá wa fi àwọn aráalé ní àyàbalẹ̀ pé ìjọba Ọ̀ṣun wọ́n ti ṣetán wọ́n ti gbáradì fún omíyalé tí ìjọba àpapọ̀ sọ pé ó máa ṣẹlẹ̀.
Lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí a kí ọlọ́lá jùlọ wa gómìnà wa olóríire sẹ́nitọ́ Adeleke Nurudeen Jackson Adémọ́lá fún takuntakun tí wọ́n ń ṣe. Mo fẹ́ lè sọ pé láti ìgbà tí a ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí la ojútò omi láti ìgbà tí wọ́n ti dé àti ìlà omi bíi tiwọn yìí àwọn machine kan wà tá à ń lò tá à ń pè ní swambugi méjì la kó Ọ̀ṣun lẹ́ẹ̀kan náà tí ò tíì ṣẹlẹ̀ rí láti ayé Arẹ́gbẹ́ta ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ lẹ́yìn ìgbà yẹn a tún kó àwọn méjì kéékèèké mẹ́ta mi wọ̀ gbàtà ṣiṣẹ́ lódò Ọ̀ṣun lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ Arẹ́gbẹ́ ní Gbódòfọ̀n machine mẹ́ta ló ń ṣiṣẹ́ ń bẹ̀ lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ báyìí gan gómìnà tún ti ní ká lọ gba machine yìí torí pé gbogbo tí jẹ́ ètò omíyalé àwọn ò fẹ́.
Àkí gómìnà wa Ọlọ́run á túbọ̀ máa ràn wọ́n ní ọwọ́ ẹ bá wa fún àwọn aráalé ní ìmọ̀ràn nípa ètò ìmọ́tótó àti ìka.
Ìmọ́tótó ní í ṣe atọ́kùn fún ìlera a ní láti tọ́jú àyíká wa àkọ́kọ́ ká gbá inú ilé ká gbá ìta Ọlọ́run ní já rí àjàkálẹ̀ àrùn bákan náà gbogbo ilẹ̀ tá a bá wá gbá inú ilé yìí tá a gbá ń ta ẹ mọ́jà á rí ibi tó mi ń gbà gẹ́gẹ́ bí àpìtàn tá a lè dálẹ̀ sí ẹ jẹ́ ká wá àwọn tí kólẹ̀kólẹ̀ tó jẹ́ pé owó péréte ni wọ́n ń gbà lọ́wọ́ àwọn èèyàn ẹ jẹ́ ká máa kólẹ̀ wọn fún ìjọba ti ṣe ibì kan lọ́jọ́ tí wọ́n ní láti máa kó ìdọ̀tí wa lọ so ẹ mọ́jà á máa da ilẹ̀ sí ojútò nígbà tójò bá dẹ̀rọ̀ tá a bá sílé torí wọ́n sọ fún wa yìí pé òjò tó máa wáyé fọ́jọ́ márùn-ún yìí láàrin ọjọ́ 14 sí ọjọ́ 18 oṣù kẹwàá ìrọ̀lẹ́ ni wọ́n ní yóò fi máa rọ̀ so tí òjò yóò bá wa lé tí ò sì sojú wa tó fi bẹ̀rẹ̀ tó fi dá ẹ mọ́jà sọ pé à á tẹ̀sẹ̀ bọ̀ ní dandan tá a bá sunlé wa lọ́jọ́ kan kò tí ì burú jù a ní rí já omi.
Thank you very much, Engineer Murala Mugboyebode from Ministry of Environment and Sanitation. Thank you so much for joining us this beautiful morning in the studio, and thank you for the well-detailed explanation. Thank you very much. All thanks to all the crew members in the studio too. Thank you very much. God bless you. My name is Mariam Owodunni. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.